Good morning, students. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I will start a new chapter, that is the chapter number 10, the verb, which is taken from the English grammar book of Standard 6. So, without any delay, let's get started. First of all, we have already discussed all the first few first three part of speech, that is noun, pronoun and adjective. Now in this video we will come to know about the fourth part of speech, that is the verb, because it is verb, it is also important part of speech in English grammar. If we don't know about the verb, then we will it will be difficult for us to make a meaningful sentence. So let's get started. First of all, see the definition. The term verb is derived from the Latin word verbum, that means a word or group of words that describes an action, experience, or state. So, this word, the verb, it is taken from the Latin word verbum. The meaning of that word, that it is a group of words that describes an action, experience, or state. In another word, we can say it is a word that is used to indicate the position or condition of the subject, to denote the action of the subject or what is possessed by the subject. Example example are given in the third line. They go to Mumbai. We have been doing it for 2 days. So all these things, the word go and the word have been doing, these are the that is printed in bold font. Go, it is action, because verb, because it shows an action. The word action indicates the action of the subject. What is subject? They. And what is verb? Go. So the word verb indicates the action of the subject, that is they. And we have been doing it for 2 days. Now, what is subject? We have been doing. Have, it is helping verb, and doing, it is action verb. So these are the verbs that tells the position or of the state of being of the subject. Now, types of verb. There are two types of verb, transitive and intransitive. First of all, we will discuss transitive verb. What is transitive verb? Transitive verb, it is a verb that denotes an action which passes over from the door or subject to an object. Okay. In another words, we say verbs that need object to complete their meaning are called transitive verbs. The verb that denotes an action which passes over from the door. Okay, door means someone who is doing something or subject to an object. Like example, I teach English. They do this work daily. So I is what? It is subject, and the word teach, it is verb, and English, it is object. So the verb teach indicates the action of the subject. Okay. What is subject? I, and I, it is the subject, and he is doing something. And what is the action? Teach. Okay, teach is the action verb. So, transitive verb, when we need object to complete their meaning, that is called transitive verb. So, both example, I teach English, they do this work daily. There, there is object that completes their meaning. So, that verb is called transitive verb. Now, intransitive verb. An intransitive verb is a verb that denotes an action which does not pass over to an object. Another word we can say, the verb that does not need any object to complete their meaning, it is called intransitive. Both are opposite. Okay, transitive verb, we have to add object while making a sentence. Transitive verb, we do not need to put an or any object while making the sentence. Like example, dog barks, she laughs. Okay, so in the both sentences, we are not using any object. Only there is subject and verb. and there is no object. So that is the difference between transitive and intransitive. Now we will discuss auxiliary and modal. Now what is auxiliary verb? Auxiliary verb, in other words, we can say it is helping verb. Okay, helping verb. An auxiliary verb helps to form a tense, passive form, question or negative. The verb that help us to form a tense in the sentence, form passive form, question or negative, that is called auxiliary verb. She was playing chess. I have done this verb. To was and have, it is written in bold font. These are the auxiliary verbs. In the above two sentences, was and have are used as auxiliary verb, and auxiliary verb can be used as both helping verb and main verb. Main verb, that is principal verb. So in the sentences we can use both verb, helping verb or finite. Like here you can see Priyanka is a beautiful girl. Okay, so here it is main verb. Okay, it is main verb. Now second sentence you can see Priyanka is helping me. So here in this sentence both helping verb or main verb are used in the sentence. Like it is helping verb, and helping it is main verb. Okay, and main verb can change therefore according to the needed, if it is needed. I have written a book. Well, have it is helping verb because written it is main verb. It is action verb, and action verb main verb it change therefore if it is needed. And I have many books. Now it is main verb. Now modals. Modals will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, used to, need, and there are called modal verbs. Tomorrow will be Sunday. To will, what is will? It is main verb. Now I shall be 21 next birthday. To shall or be, both are the verb. So shall it is main verb, and be it is modal verb. Okay, be 21 next birthday. We must get up early. There used to be a house there. He need not go. He dare not take such a step. So these are all the modal verbs. The modal verb can also uh, change their form. Okay, like can, it will become could, will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might. So all these modal verbs we have to use in the while when we make a sentence. So I think I am clear. That's enough for today, and next video we will discuss question answer that is given in this chapter. Thank you.